You got to sign a setting, you have to sign a setting.
The cars they go to the CNC. They mill it all out. Little bit small. All right, call the village council meeting order.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Beatty? Here. Chanel?
Here.
Hewitt? Here. Larner? Here. Powell?
Here.
Wenzel?
Here.
Hoover? Here. Nothing for presidential statement. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support. Motion has been made and supported to approve the agenda. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public statement regarding current agenda items only. Okay. Consent agenda. Support. Motion has been made and supported to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of accounts payable without root notes. A total of $424,760.26.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported to approve accounts payable without root note in the amount of $425,760.26. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Accounts payable root note invoice for $4,500.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported to approve the root note invoice. We'll do a roll call on this, please. Hewitt?
Yes.
Larner?
Yes.
Powell?
Yes.
Wenzel?
Yes.
Binky?
Yes.
Chanel?
Abstain.
Hoover? Yes. No unfinished business. Moving on into items for introduction and discussion, Shiawassee Water Trail designation presentation. Mr. Richardson, you have the floor.
Can we get dressed? In October of, actually October 22nd of 2020, the United States Department of the Interior recognized 88 miles of the Shiawassee River from Holly to Chesaning as National Water Trail. And the village of Chesaning is a member. I put it in your packet, right here, that there are 29 entities along the way, and the village of Chesaning is a member of the Shiawassee River Water Trail Coalition, and just here tonight to share this plaque, and hopefully I can pass this around. Thank you. Hopefully we can get a copy of that so it can be displayed somewhere appropriately. But it took a long time, beginning in 2016, and finally, through a course of meetings, we achieved this. Like I say, there are 29 entities. The press release really says just about all I want to say. This also is a plaque that will be displayed at entrances to the river along the way. And, excuse me. indicating that this is, a national water trail. We go on a registry that is circulated, online. We're also a state water trail. And, avid kayakers and users of the river consult that frequently. One of the benefits that I see is Chesaning being the terminus, and Bill, should walk out. Yep. Ideal exit point. Ample parking, potential for a park area, opportunity for people who've enjoyed the river, going to town, and sample the wares of the community. So, also, the plaque with the logo on it should be displayed on mile markers that will be every mile for the purpose of evacuation of necessary, if need be, accidents that happen on the river, people that need medical attention. And that will be there. Also, and I don't know what I'm talking about here, but there are TIF possibilities, and I know that the T in TIF stands for tax, and the community, the village of Chesaning, would, as I understand it, would receive benefits from the taxes that are paid. Pretty confusing, James. But that's going to be a benefit. 501c3 will allow us to qualify for a variety of grants. I have more stuff here. That's basically, I want to recognize this council for their support, and you'd be congratulated on that. And the outgoing Fred Holman deserves a lot of credit. Anytime I approached him with things, it wasn't, well, that's a lot of money, Dave. Can you trim that? No, it was, is that enough? Very supportive. Very supportive. As you put, this body was. And that's the reason for my being here tonight, is to do some bragging for you folks. Because it's a good deal. It really is. And we're on the water trail, nationally recognized. So, unless there are any questions or anything, thanks for your time.
Are you guys working on grants for the launch or the takeout pot?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been investigated. Troy and I and an individual named Phil Hathaway, in Shiawassee County, he's with the Friends of the Shiawassee, which is another body that I'm involved with. Has investigated that and sees the potential and ideas.
I will say, just to add on really quick, that kayak canoe launch is one of the higher priorities that come up in the new 5-year rec plan. It's going to be an opportunity for the village and the township to partner with putting a launch in at Parcelburg and then putting, what do you want to call it, a terminus or another launch point if you want to go further downriver, but in the old showboat slip. So
I would believe that would probably be one of the projects that, would come out of that 5-year rec plan.
And it was in the previous plan.
Yep.
It was in the previous plan of 16. So, not new news, but, updated news with some organization behind it.
Thank you for all your hard work.
Yes, absolutely.
Bill authorized me.
Okay, just go ahead.
Yeah, you know, that's not easy to say. It's not easy to say.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate your hard work.
Oh, but just one more, this is, for you hockey fans, this is kinda like the Stanley Cup. We have it right now, and it's gonna be passed on to the other entities to do what you're seeing tonight, and Stanley Cup is abused at times. But this hasn't been to this point, so.
I don't think you can drink beer.
I
No,
noticed a mixed drink mark on the glass.
No, there's nothing on there, there's nothing on there.
Dave, I have one question. I did not see the letter in my packet. Can I find that anywhere? Or do you have an extra copy? Is this a copy I can have?
I do.
Thanks. Yep. I appreciate it.
Okay, moving on to the next item, setting the public hearing for the fiscal year 2022-23 budget. As you noticed in the administrator note, the best date we could do it for would be the first meeting in February, which I believe is February 1st. So it gives us any time we need to make changes, etc. But we will need a motion for that.
Make a motion to set the public hearing for fiscal year 22-23 budget for February 1st, 2022. Support.
Motion has been made and supported to set the public hearing for the fiscal year 2022-23 budget for February 1st, 2022. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Items for action, none. Moving on into committee reports, infrastructure.
No meeting.
Finance management? No public safety, DDA?
DDA met earlier, but I got the email that afternoon that they were meeting that evening.
Okay.
And we had some issues at school that included the sheriff's department. It was great. They've moved back to meeting monthly, so I'll get back to you. Last time they were very pleased though at the help with the social zone.
Oh,
They wanted me to have that one.
okay, great. Chamber of Commerce Board, I was unable to make it. The next one.
Chamber did it quite nicely. It was very nice.
Yeah. Planning Commission,
No meeting.
end of the month, correct?
I believe it's
next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
January's almost over. Airport,
No meeting.
Fire Board.
There's been 10 runs to the last meeting, bringing up to 11 to the year. Like I said, this Saturday is our training Christmas party, and we're going to be recognizing Chuck Sadlack for his 52 years on the fire department. Next training is going to be February 6th and 7th, which is kind of what Elsie's going through right now. They lost a firefighter this morning at an accident. So the Chessman Fire Department would like to send their condolences and prayers to the family. The next fire board meeting is February 9th at 6 o'clock.
Thanks, Bill. Task Force,
Meet next week.
all right, public statement, any topic, limited to 3 minutes, not interpreted as means to initiate dialogue or debate. First up, we have Mike Navarre, Terry and Frank Kukovic.
Okay.
Kevin Ruddy.
Gotta go fast, because you're limited to 3 minutes now. Warm welcome to James. I read your article. So your public service is defining your career, and you love building up the community.
I hope you do that here in Chesaning. We've had difficulty with this board for 4+ years, addressing several issues. You promise you jump in and help us residents find solutions to challenges, and I'm here to tell you what they are. Marijuana skunk stench. Been going on for 4+ years. This board has been deaf to it. People have stood at this podium to get it corrected. They've marched in the streets. Definitely. Open burn just adds to the fact that the stench, they burn their stalks, either open burn, which is against the ordinance, or in their unfiltered furnaces, and just adds to the stench. That's in both highlight and Eagle. Both of which broke the local ordinances have not been addressed by this board, nor has this board put in place repeat offender that would be higher, enough to deter the behavior from happening again. Late night harvesting ordinances are waking kids up in the middle of the night, which in turn wakes up the rest of the family and destroys everybody's quality of life. You say you welcome respectful critics. I've seen many people stand here respectfully and nothing's gotten done. I stood here the first time quite respectfully and got nothing done, so I upped my game. Nothing got done. Stepping up forcefully and bringing matters to this board's attention has resulted in complete inaction for several months I've been involved. I am prepared to bring legal action if necessary, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to clean up what's been going on this board, not every member, but several members. I'll give you a short frame, but only because we have a short frame, but we only have probably 3 or 4 months before these 39 entities roll over into new 39 entities, making them immune to prosecution. So I fail to see these matters actively being addressed. I'll be left with no other choice to bring a class action lawsuit against the marijuana growers and individual lawsuits against some of these members who have ignored people standing at this podium, who have ignored citizens marching in the street, who have ignored signs put in people's yards saying stop the stench. There's 100+ citizens marched and dozens that have stood at this podium, and this board has done absolutely nothing for 4+ years. I hope you change that. So I guess I have to end with a question, otherwise nobody gets responded to. Hopefully, I'm going to ask you, do you intend to investigate these items and respond on behalf of the request of the residents of this community? I don't expect you to answer now. I've got an answer from this board, and I've stood here 5 times, and I've gotten no response.
Thank you. Next up, yes, Works.
I'll pass.
Rod Toma.
No, there ain't nothing.
Okay. Dave Richardson of Lady Buck. All right, moving on to council member statements. Does any council member wish to make a statement at this time?
Can I ask a question to Mr. Reddy?
Yes.
If you want to.
I just want to know about the marching in the streets. I was unfamiliar with that. I've not heard about it, and so I was
It's
wondering.
in the newspaper, that's where I learned about it. They started at Showboat Park, over 100 people marched and protested over
Do you
the
know the
stench.
date specifically?
I don't, I've had to look it up, I don't have that information with me, but you can find it online just like I did.
Okay, that's the first I'm hearing about it, so I was curious about that.
Started at Showboat Park, marching with signs saying stop the stench, kill the smell. Yep. Long before I stood
Maybe you
at this
guys
podium.
could fill me in.
That occurred long before I stood at this podium.
Most of you were probably heard of it. Huh, okay, thanks.
So,
That was it.
anybody else?
I would like to say a thank you to Troy, being this is his last meeting with us. Their leadership over the last several years has done a lot for this community, and we're gonna miss you.
Thank you.
Second that. Very
Support. I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, no. Public Works did, just a shout out to them, fantastic job with some of the water issues going on. It's been, and their job is thankless anyhow, but especially in this weather. Kudos to them. Welcome to Sam, hi. Welcome. I'll ask my first favor of you. Planning Commission, can you flip the names on that? I'm actually the second person that should be, Danielle should be first on that. And then, it's certainly not up for debate or conversation, but just something for the board to think about. And I want to be clear, this was on my notes before tonight's meetings or before tonight's comments. I would like for the board to consider moving our public statement back to 5 minutes. When I ran for my seat, one of the things that I talked to people about and tried to make some promises on was to make sure to give everybody ample time to be heard. And I just, 2 minutes of banter isn't going to make a difference to some people, but for some it might. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Anybody else? Okay. Village administrator report.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Troy provided a report in your packet, and I'll follow up on what you had said about DPW being out in the cold, working on those water main breaks. Kudos to them. Want to highlight the issue that Troy brought to you, that they're having a problem with the towers, the new bearings, a little bit stiff, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'll let you know if anything develops from that. And just to let you know as well, next week, the end of next week is our state conference, so I'll be out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'll be reachable by email and phone.
Thank you.
If I might. I would just like to thank council, previous council, citizens, for the privilege of serving all of you. It's been one of the most memorable jobs that I've had over the course of 32 years. I'm proud of what we've done here, and I wish nothing but the best for James and the rest of you to continue moving this community forward. So, thank you. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be around, so you'll see me sooner or later, I'm sure. But I truly am thankful for the opportunity I had to come and work in this community. It's been a blessing for me, for my family. Not much else to say. Man, it's just been a truly wonderful experience. It's one of those things that I'm going to look back on, and I looked at my career for this 32 years, and every place I've been, it's like footprints in the sand, that kind of poem. There are things here that I know that you set the foundation for that will push this community forward, decades forward. So I want to thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you, Troy.
Thanks.
At this time, we'll need a motion to exit regular session and enter executive session for confidential attorney communications.
Make a motion to exit regular session and move into executive session for confidential attorney communication. Support.
Motion has been made and supported to exit regular session and enter executive session. All those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We will exit session now and enter into executive session at 7:55 p.m.
If you ever get the email, do I need to run copies?
I think you guys have it. After our discussion, executive session, does anybody want to make a motion to proceed?
Do we need to make a motion to come back into open session?
No, we did that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's been a whole 2 weeks. I will make a motion to proceed with number 2. During our discussion of executive session with adding some screening fence that James is going to look into and hopefully get on here for us. Support.
Motion has been made and supported to pursue option number 2 from the executive session and put up screening around the property. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We're talking about the property, right? The building was collapsed.
All right. Support. Motion's been made and supported to adjourn. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.